Got him. Oh, he nailed it. Okay. All right. That is freaking cool. Well, we are in the dog days of summer now. And every now and then, during this time of year, there's something pretty special that happens. The wind stops blowing. You probably can't see this, but there's some birds right out here that are working just beyond that second sandbar. So I figure this is probably a good spot to try. Just walking up to the water right here, I can see right here, there's just a ton of bait. There's a whole school of mullet swimming by. And further out past just in this first gut, I'm seeing stuff smacking the top. So that is a good sign all around. I'm gonna get set up and get out there and hopefully catch some fish. Well, welcome on back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are doing something a little bit different that I'm pretty dang excited about. The wind is not blowing, so we are running out just past Bob Hall Pier out to the beach to do a little surf fishing. It does not look like this very often down here. This is the time of year when all the anglers like to get off work and run out and try to land a few big old surf trout. Here's what I've got tied on right now. I've got the Super Spook topwater and the Chicken of the Sea down south lure, and I've got some other stuff with me today that I need to show y'all. I got a little I got some new lures that I'm going to try out. All right, well, let's just start off right here at the beach before we even get out there and spook anything off. And I have no idea if this paddle tail is even worth throwing out here, to be honest with you. I mean, it's still the same species of fish I'm targeting. Right now, I'm really targeting trout. I would assume that trout in the surf would hit a, oh, hell yeah. I just had a bite. Oh, right when I was saying that, one came up to the top and hit it right in front of me. You might have seen that on the camera. That's exciting. Gosh, there's a lot of fish swimming around out here. Dang, they're chasing it. There was another good-sized fish just chasing it. It's like they're following it all the way back to me, and then as soon as they see me, they spook and they peel off. Yeah, there it is. He just chased it all the way back to me again. You know what I think they are? They look like skipjack. Got him. Oh, he nailed it. That was a big old skipjack. Okay, all right. That is freaking cool. Wow, they are following it all the way back to me. I can see them come all the way to me. That was a big trout. That was a big trout that just chased it back that time. I just had another smack at it. There's a big old ball of bait that came through, and I went right over the top of that bait, and something came up out of the middle of it and hit it. I think I need to match what they're chasing a little bit more. What I'm seeing is a bunch of little like mud minnows and mullet, some really small bait fish. So I'm gonna go see what I got in the tackle box that I can match the hatch with. Well, look what I've got here. I broke down and I signed up for the mystery tackle box. They are not a sponsor. I just really wanted to try it out. I need to force myself into using some different kinds of lures. I got all kinds of cool stuff. I got this live target Spanish sardine. Such a big bait. I got these roadside minnows, which look pretty dang good with that dark back. I'm tempted to try that right now. I got just some hooks. I got this shrimp, this Vince shrimp, which looks pretty darn good. And then these guys, these Lucky John crusher grubs. I'm excited to try these out in the bay. These look like redfish would just eat them up. I'm gonna try this. And if I'm not hooking up with this, I might actually tie this guy on and give it a shot. There we go. There's a fish. Oh, he got off. Dang it. So just about every cast, I have something follow it back. I don't know why they're not going after it. It's good that it's getting their attention, but I don't know if maybe I need to fish it faster so it actually triggers kind of a reaction bite. But I feel like I've been changing it up quite a bit. I've been going fast, slow, letting it bounce out the bottom. I'm getting their interest. I'm just not getting them to commit. You know what? I've got a color in there called Blue Moon, and it's almost translucent. That might be the thing to try right now. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what it does for us. Oh, there's a ladyfish. Little ladyfish. Ah, he hit it right here. These are all little skipjack that I'm just, you know, they're nipping at the tail, and that's about it. That was pretty cool though that he chased it all the way up here. Okay, that was cool. So what just happened there, I saw these fish smacking the top, going after all these little minnows, and I threw at it, and I happened to just land right on top of them, and they nailed my lure. It was a little skipjack. Whoa, there went a skipjack. That was cool, but I missed him. I can't hook up to those guys. Dang, there's a little stingray right there. Okay, there was a bite. But what I did there is I'm casting into these schools. You can see them, they're just having a feeding frenzy on top, and I'm reeling it pretty friggin' fast, trying to keep it near the surface of the water, because I think that's where they're at in the water column, feeding right now. Yeah, I just had a good sized fish chase it in. I'm gonna hook up to one of these dang fish. There's fish hitting the top everywhere. I hope y'all can see that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me hook up to one. Wow. Well, it looks like I have been defeated tonight. That's a big old goose egg, big old skunk for me. I hooked up to one fish. I'm pretty sure it was a trout. He stayed down the whole time and didn't jump like those skipjack do. I had fish swatting at my topwater all evening. I mean, I lost count of how many times that happened. I hooked up to a couple skipjack on the topwater. That was it. I don't know. I gotta do some research on surf fishing. There's something that I was doing wrong. To have all those fish around me, have all that activity and not hook up to anything, I gotta look into it. I'll be back though. I'm not gonna give up on this surf fishing. Now it's a challenge. Conditions aren't quite as good as they were on Tuesday, but they're still not nearly as bad as they could be. So I'm not sure if I'm making a big mistake by not being out on the bay right now or not, but I'm pretty determined to catch a fish in the surf. So we're out here again, bright and early, Sunday morning. Well, I'm getting bites. I just had a bite right here in front of me. One good thing about the conditions being a little worse is that the water clarity is not as good. And so these fish are not nearly as spooky. So I switched to the spoon because there's a bunch of itty bitty bait fish out here that are really kind of sparkling in the surf. And so I wanted to match something that was about the same size and something that would give it a little sparkle, something that would catch a little bit of light in this turbid water. And I've had a few bites. This current is moving so strong out here from right to left that I'm fishing it almost like a river. I'm casting up current and letting it drift on by. There we go. Here we go. Golly, he came off again. This is driving me crazy, y'all. This is driving me crazy. Well, what in the world is going on? I don't know why I can't catch a fish out here. The surf is just not friendly to me. I'm calling on all my surf fishermen out there. What in the world am I doing? If y'all can leave me some tips in the comments, I would really appreciate it, because I'm out of ideas. I hooked up to that trout this morning, and other than that, that was it. I had a couple bites here and there, but the activity isn't what it was the other day. I'm not seeing the fish moving. I'm not seeing the birds flying. Obviously, the conditions are a little bit worse right now as far as the wind and the swells, so it's harder to fish. But I gotta catch a fish. I haven't caught a fish in a while, and it's time to catch one, so I'm gonna go hit up my handy dandy Packery Channel Park on the way out of here and see if I can land something.
You want the wind at your back and you're casting where you're going.
So there's an interesting thing that's happened since our freeze back in February, and that's that there is an abundance of bait fish. Everywhere you go, there is just bait fish everywhere, which is typically a really good thing, but there's so much of it now that it's almost overabundant as far as trying to locate fish. I need to check on this, but I believe the reason is that there's fewer predators for these bait fish, and so more of them are just living. It'll bounce back and kind of hit equilibrium at some point, but at the moment we have an overabundance of bait and not enough predators like trout to kind of take care of them. You know what, yo? I've got to call it. It's time to get on home. It's Sunday morning and I need to be spending some time with the family, you know. Just wasn't my day for fishing. Wasn't my week for fishing, really. So I think you got to know when to admit defeat and go move on to more important things, like spending a Sunday with your wife and son. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go see Noah and Kelsey, get a cup of coffee with them. But seriously, all you surf fishermen out there, please, this is my call to help. Let me know what I was doing wrong. And maybe I wasn't doing anything wrong. Maybe it was just fishing. But if you saw something that I could improve on, man, please leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to learn from this experience, love to learn from you guys and gals who are more experienced at this than I am. Surf fishing, tell me all about it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.